the unforgettable 2016-17 season, AS Monaco scripted a remarkable tale. They clinched the Ligue 1 title and they journeyed through to the semi-finals of the Champions League for the first time since 2004. Along the way, they went on to beat the likes of Tottenham Hotspur, Borussia Dortmund, and of course, Manchester City. This triumph was orchestrated by a youthful nucleus including talents like Thomas Lemar, Bernardo Silva, Bakayoko, Fabinho, Mendy, and of course, the jewel in the crown, Kylian Mbappe. AS Monaco predominantly employed a dynamic 4-4-2 setup, characterized by high pressing to stifle the opponents while fostering creativity down the wider zones. Leonardo Jardim's adaptation of the 4-4-2 allowed the fullbacks to surge forward and almost create a 2-4-4 system. This formation boasted versatility, seamlessly transitioning between variations such as a 3-5-2, a 4-2-3-1, and a 4-3-3. This allowed Monaco to be very flexible and adapt to their opponents. Now taking a look at the tactical insights, starting off with the tactical vision, which will be set to wing play. This strategic approach created tactical fluidity in the side, allowing the fullbacks and the wingers to combine quite well in the wider areas, forcing the wingers inside to attack the half spaces and allowing the fullbacks to attack the wider zones. This will allow both sets of players to more so try and create and facilitate for the two forwards inside the box. Now taking a look at the defensive setup, and the defensive style will be set to press after possession loss. This allowed AS Monaco to capitalize on the speed of their players, looking to try and suffocate the opposition when out of possession of the ball. The team looked to disrupt the opponent's build-up play and the rhythm of their game, looking to constrict the time and space that they had on the ball. AS Monaco's team width would be set to 5, allowing them to create a nice compact central structure. It would also help with the aggressive suffocating press that they would look to implement on the opposition. The team's depth should be set to 90, and this will again help with the suffocating aggressive high-line press that this side will look to implement, whilst also maintaining an offensive aggressive outlet for an offensive platform to be built off of. Now taking a look at the offense and the build-up play, which will be set to balanced, and this highlights Jardim's ability to be very flexible and adjust to their opponents. If the opponents would look to try and sit back, they could look to slowly and methodically build up from back to front, looking to pass and create those rotations in the midfield zones. If the opposition would look to press high field, of course, they could use the likes of Mbappe, Thomas Lemar, of course, Bernardo Silva down the flanks with the combination play of the two fullbacks to exploit the opposition with line-breaking passes in behind the opposition using the team's natural raw pace. At the same time, if the opposition were vulnerable, the team would look to quickly move the ball between the lines into the midfield and then out to the wingers to try and exploit the spaces that were created in the backline of their opponents. So therefore, the balanced build-up play would therefore suit the 2016-17 AS Monaco side. More times than not, Leonardo Jardim's side look to retain the ball as much as possible, especially in that final third, looking to rotate it in the midfield and wait for the opportunities to more or less create themselves through various rotations, runs, and combination plays out wide. So possession will be one of the main key factors in the success of this formation and these sets of tactics working. The team's offensive width will be set to 16. Now this will facilitate a very good central build-up play while still being able to maintain a solid attacking outlet from the wider zones. Of course, with the likes of Bernardo Silva and Thomas Lemar combining with Fabinho and Bakayoko in the central zones, it would often vacate those wider areas for the fullbacks to go ahead and attack. So a lot of the possession would be in the central zones, creating those good significant passing sequences, whilst also then being able to fire those switch passes into the wider areas for the fullbacks to go ahead and attack and create goal scoring opportunities for the forwards inside the box. And speaking of which, the players in the box will be set to 5, allowing for the likes of Falcao to have a few other attackers in and around that final third area with them, looking to attack the crosses and those cutbacks that will be supplied into the box, whilst also maintaining a decent amount of players around the edge of the area, looking to rotate possession and make sure that they are creating the best possible goal scoring opportunities. And then, as per always, the corners and the free kicks will be set to 4. Now taking a look at the individual player instructions, starting off at the back with the goalkeeper, who at the time was Subasic. He is set to a balanced approach for saving on crosses, as well as more of a traditional based goalkeeper, so he would be set to having a balanced approach for saving outside of the box. He would often rely on the back line, as in the two centre backs, to be the ball playing centre backs, giving them the ball and allowing them to distribute from the back, whilst also relying on them to deal with the aerial threats. As for your two centre backs, they are both set to step up. You want both of them very involved and very committed to the aggressive high-line press, so you want them engaging with the opposition players, being very physical, getting nice and close and minimizing their threats going forward. At the same time, they were both tasked with having the ability to play out from the back. Of course, the goalkeeper playing them the short pass and then driving with the ball further forward, spraying those long balls in behind if required, if necessary, but also having the capabilities to play those line-breaking passes themselves, whether it's into the midfield or straight into the forward line. Out wide to your two fullbacks, which was Benjamin Mendy and of course Sidibe, both would also have the same roles and instructions going forward. You want them being very aggressive, being nice and high up the field, but also at the same time being very committed again to the very aggressive high-line press. So in order to replicate their roles going forward, creating a nice overlapping attacking fullback role, they'll both be set to join the attack and overlap. Now, of course, you want them again committed to the press, so you want them to be aggressive and of course step up, minimizing the threats that the opposition wide players might be able to impose on your back line. As you'll see for the right back in Sidibe, he's got the same role and instructions going forward. Now, taking a look at the backbone of this AS Monaco side, of course, it was the double pivot of Bakayoko and Fabinho. Now, they will both have the same role and instructions, being very aggressive in the midfield, imposing that central pressing system. But the only change that we will see is the right DM, Zakaria in this case, of course, it was Fabinho. He is set to stay back while attacking, and also he is supposed to be set to deep lying playmaker. Now, this will essentially help him drop a bit deeper, drop between the two centre backs, and allow that back three type system to be formed, and allowing for Bakayoko to maintain a bit more of a box to box, more or less, system and role. Of course, this side would be very, dependent on those central zones being occupied by the two aggressive, hard-headed defensive midfielders, allowing them to more or less dictate and orchestrate the pace of play and the rotations in the midfield, of course, combining with the two wider players more times than not. So their roles going forward will be set to cut pass lanes, and of course for the right DM, Bakayoko, he'd be set to a balanced box-to-box role, aggressive interceptions, stick to position, and of course cover the wing, looking to try and facilitate in those wider zones, trying to maybe cover for the two fullbacks in certain moments. Now, out wide to your two flanks, and of course the left and the right midfielder in Bernardo Silva and Thomas Lemar have very differing roles. Thomas Lemar was seen more of a natural out-and-out winger, allowing him to sometimes cut inside and join up with the midfield, but other times combining very well in the wider channels, more so with the likes of a Benjamin Mendy, who would be overlapping more times than not. So in order to replicate his role, he'd be set to come back on defense, a natural staple in the front lines, attacking out there. They also need to drop back a bit, help out the midfield as well as the fullbacks. For the role of Thomas Lemar, you want him to have a balanced width, allowing him to drift inside as well as, maintain a good width down the left-hand channel. The support runs will be set to balance, allowing him to break in behind every now and then, whilst also allowing him to come short and again combine with that midfield double pivot as well as Bernardo Silva, or even have a bit more physicality, hold up the ball and link up very effectively with the wide left players. The interceptions will be set to aggressive, and then of course you want him on a balanced approach for the crossing runs, sometimes breaking into the box, other times facilitating on the edge of the area. As for the role of Bernardo Silva as that right midfielder, he'll also have a comeback on defense approach, but the change that we do see is he was allowed to maintain a nice free roaming approach, allowing him to drift into the midfield, combined with, that, double pivot of Fabinho and Bakayoko, pull players out of position and vacate that right space for the fullback to attack down quite a bit. This would more or less try and form that 4-3-3 system with Bernardo Silva drifting inside quite a bit and just picking up the half spaces and looking to try and facilitate and create as much as possible. Again, you more or less want to try and accentuate the fact that he will drift inside by him coming short quite a bit, but he can also sometimes look to hold up the play on, the wider areas of the field and link up with the fullback. The interceptions will be set to aggressive, and then again, just like with the left midfielder, you want him having a balanced approach for the crossing runs. Now up front to your two strikers who will have, again, very differing roles. Falcao and Mbappe, very different type of strikers. Mbappe is more of a direct, pacey, in behind, Thierry Henry type striker where he would look to try and use his pace and exploit the opposition, whereas the likes of Radamel Falcao, he is set to a bit more of a target man, very good physical holder play, can link up with, the other strikers in and around him, the midfield, and of course the wingers. So you want to try and create that very good aggressive approach for your right-sided striker, and of course that is the role of Radamel Falcao. So he will still maintain a balance with, allowing him to sometimes drift into those wider zones, other times in the more central areas. Again, you want him to be a target player, holding up the play, winning the aerial duels, flicking it onto perhaps an on-running Mbappe, or maybe one of your wingers. And again, both of your forwards will look to aggressively press the backline as well as the goalkeeper, so they need to be set to aggressive interceptions, whilst also Falcao will be set to stay forward, allowing him to be more or less the outlets, as well as because he's got the more physical approach and, you know, body and physicality to his game, you want him to stay further forward so he can be the linking chain in any potential outlets or counter attack. As for the left striker in Kylian Mbappe, this is the role for him going forward. He will be set to drift wide whilst also getting him behind, using his speed to try and break him behind, combining in that wider left channel more times than not. But you also want him to try and drift all over the place, so he can arc his runs left or right, or sometimes even just, you know, maintain a more central approach. The aggressive interceptions, again, you want them pressing the back line, whilst the likes of Mbappe will sometimes choose to drop a bit deeper, and this will more or less look to try and form a 4-2-3-1 shape with him dropping just behind the likes of Radamel Falcao. And there you go, guys. That is how I would implement and replicate Leonardo Jardim's 2016-17 AS Monaco super talented side and his, of course, tactics into FC24. If you have enjoyed this video, please don't forget to smash that like button, comment down below if you like the tactics and all that good stuff, as well as what you would maybe go ahead and rate this system out of. For me personally, I would give it an 8. I think the attacking fluidity is so good. You can be exposed on the defensive end, which is why I've marked it down a little bit, because, of course, you are maintaining a high line. A lot of your players are stepping up and being very aggressive, and that can lead to a few holes being created, which is essentially why you need your double pivots to be so involved in the defensive end of things. So there are a few errors to the natural system, and to be fair, they were exploited in the Champions League at some point with the amount of goals that they went ahead and conceded. Although, because they were so talented, they went on and just outscored the opposition more times than not. So, you know, it's a give and take situation. Some would say that is, you know, fantastic, frenetic football. Either way, I would mark it down just a little bit because of the more pragmatic approach that I like in football games. But anyways, let's hop on into the gameplay where I discuss various tactical setups and all that good stuff with how to play with this current AS Monaco side, more or less looking to implement a successful 2016-17 set of tactics. Okay, people, so for the gameplay segment, we talk about the tactics, what you can expect from various player instructions, the structures that you should look to maybe go ahead and set up, how you should try and get the best out of the various different tactics and instructions that we go ahead and make for your career modes and, you know, just FC24 gameplay and all that good stuff. Good ball down the left channel into Balogun. Not much to go by. Good holder play as well, might I say. Very solid holder play, but he did get fouled. So hopefully the ref does pull him back for a yellow card. Maybe we can get one of their players into the book. That would be great early on in this one. Some great attacking play down the left side, and it's a good defensive action. Good play. Beyond running fullback into Mbolo, slightly deeper of the two strikers. Please, Jakob, stay on side next time. Good ball. Look at this overload. The overlap is there. Vanderson, he's ready, he's waiting. Puts in a great ball. First time efforts, and it's hit the stanchion and not the back of the net. Okay, well, it's a good opening start. Some good attacking play, some good overload, some good outlets. You like to see it. And that's more or less what you're looking for. The good combination play in the wider zones, getting a lot of the wider players involved in the build-up play. But 13 minutes in, we've managed to nullify one of their crosses and attack them 2 or 3 times. Not too shabby, if you ask me. But this team is very susceptible to a few defensive errors and flaws, so you also need to make sure that you're not being exposed yourself. And just be a lot calmer on the ball when you do have it. A lot of little quick passes and passing movements. I wasn't looking for that pass, by the way. I was looking for the pass into the DM. But it's fine. It's okay. And it's a great save from the goalkeeper. Wow, goalkeeper really did save me there. Good ball, solid ball, good hold-up play as well. Turns into the traffic. Good ball into Vanderson. I think he has maintained an onside approach. Looking for the ball across, and Balogun is there, but the defender just beats him to the ball. Brandt, we're looking to engage with Brandt here. Make sure that he's forced off of the ball, which he was. And they can maybe play through us, though, which is the slight issue that I have. Vanderson looking to disrupt the offensive play, trying to concentrate, trying to focus at the same time. I got sold there. I got sold a dream, but so did Sancho. And that will be a goal kick. Yeah, well, let's go. Okay, trying to play out from the back is very stressful, you know. What the hell am I doing? Okay, there we go. There we go. That's what you want to see. I'm trying to... Why can't it pass to the right player that I want to pass it to? That, like, all it needs to do is go to the right goddamn player. Okay, Salisu is chasing back, trying to minimize the offensive threat from Sancho, who has to pass it all the way out to his fullback. Back into Sancho. There we go. He's offside. That's what you want to see. Good high line. Okay. We go again. Right midfielder. There we go. Look at that. Ball over the top. Can we get there in time? Vanderson up against Schlotterbeck. Schlotterbeck forced into a hefty, quick, hasty header. Back into Golovin. Golovin looking for the ball over the top, but it's not meant to be, and it will go out for a corner kick. So far, so good. Golovin looking to put a great ball in here. Nico Schlotterbeck is there. It's fine. We will rotate it back out. Okay, never mind. It's not meant to be. Just rotate play, rotate possession. Great ball! Oh my god, Kubel is just so good, man. He is so good. That little pass and the off-ball movement from Fofana, of course, the Bakayoko role, being a very good box-to-box player, operating sometimes in the attacking zones. Not too shabby. We've got ourselves another corner kick, a fantastic save from Kubel. Okay, ball over the top there, and it was never ever going to get to the offensive man. Again, just rotating the play, being very good with it. Fullback, operating down the left space. Takes the shot on himself, and it's another great save from the goalkeeper. As the first half has come to a close here, we have managed quite a few offensive maneuvers. Oh, that pass was a bit more acute into the space. It could have been a moment of magic to unlock the Borussia Dortmund back line. And so far, both defenses have held up very, very well. Their goalkeeper has definitely saved them. We've created probably the best chances of that first half. Not too bad. But yeah, so far, I'm happy with how the tactics have displayed. Okay, so as the halftime stats read, it has been very much in our favor. 61% of the possession in our favor. 3 shots to their 1, 0.6 expected goals. I would have thought it would be a lot more, but anyways, it's fine, it's okay. 68 passes, and he said shots, 68 passes to their 30, so double. We've put in more than double the tackles. We've won more tackles. They've got more interceptions because a lot of our play has broken down in that final third, but it's fine. With the aggressive interceptions and the high press that we will be looking to implement, you will see a lot more aggression and tackling and interceptions being made by the Monaco side. We've had 2 corners to their 0. We've had 1 free kick to their 0. The dribble success rate has been very good at 100%. The passing accuracy will need to improve though. Okay, so just taking a look at the possession, and a lot of the possession has been maintained on the edge of their area, looking to rotate and circulate play. We need to get the wider areas a bit more involved in the natural build-up, with Vanderson and Jacobs very involved more naturally if these instructions had to be used in real life. So we need to try and work the ball and try and stretch the opposition, because a lot of the attack is now stemmed more centrally, which is what you're trying to do. But you need to also try and, stretch the opposition into those wider areas, opening up and vacating space in the box for, obviously, your 2 strikers. So we need to focus on that. For them, obviously, they've had a lot of the attacking outlet down the left-hand channel, so we need to be a bit more wary of that. Of course, Vanderson has been, slightly out of position, more attacking of, the fullbacks. And they have looked to try and exploit that, so we need to try and minimize that. But otherwise, the central threat hasn't really been there. We've been able to break up the play, restore the possession, and retain the ball in our favor quite a bit. So more of that in the second half. Okay, second half underway, 0-0. We need to focus. The defense needs to be on it, switched on at all times. The likes of Jadon Sancho was a very big threat down the left-hand flank. So maybe in the second half, we make sure that he doesn't have half the what did my defense just do there? What the hell did my defense just do there? Like, they all switched off and they didn't follow the man. 48 minutes gone by, and it's 1-0 to Borussia Dortmund. Okay. Cool. We go again. We're down 1-0. Just as I said, we need to switch on and focus. Oh my god. Okay. Ref that. There's so many fouls there, referee. So many fouls. And what hurts me the most is it's their second shot and they've scored from it. Good ball. Good ball yet again. What can Balogun do here? Good turn. Good pass. Oh, well, we've won the ball back. Okay, back in their possession. Rotate the play. Rotate the play. Rotate the play. Nicely done. Rotate the play, man. What the hell? Okay, well. Great tackle. Breaking up the play. Regaining the shape and the structure of the team. And they've gone for the throw-in quickly into the centre back. Good interception by Jacobs. Good ball into the wider space, looking to draw the opposition out. Solid hold-up play. Good, 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 good. Good ball. Great ball. Long ball over the top there. Vanderson set to take it, and it's straight over the goddamn goal. They are suggesting subs. We're not interested right now. Balogun is probably the best man for this role. And we need to try and, have him operating in the areas just in behind the opposition here. Great ball. Oh, I messed that up so badly. Some good solid ball movements out wide yet again. Vanderson. This Dortmund backline is absolutely so cracked, They don't break formation until now. Mbolo. Good block from Kubel. I think, is it, yeah, Mbolo is Swedish, isn't he? Not Swedish, Swiss. Good ball, solid ball, brilliant ball. Go! Play it! Why are you so stupid, man? Just play the goddamn ball. Square it to the other striker. That's all you had to do, man. God. Oh my word, the passing was not there. Good ball. Solid ball. Ref, you're not going to call that for a foul? Oh my god. These players are doing my absolute nuttin'. Great save from the goalkeeper. We can maybe try and launch something here. Ben Yedder's going to come on because they keep suggesting it for Balogun. Maybe Ben Yedder could be the answer. Who knows? I doubt it though. I very much doubt it. Great tackle. Great tackle from Zakaria. Good ball. Brilliant ball into Vanderson, who is very tired. Oh my goodness me. He is absolutely done. Tanked. No! Good solid ball. Go, 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 go. Balogun this time. Oh my god. And there you have it. A fantastic finish. Florian Balogun, you absolutely have saved my life here. Some really good ball movements. Ben Yedder gets the flick on efforts or the little pass into the channel, and he gets the ball into the back of the net. Wow. The build-up play was sensational. Central zones, out wide, back in, bang, bang, bang. Getting the strikers a bit more involved in the attack. Finally, the Borussia Dortmund defense cracks under pressure. Wow. This actual, like, defense. Oh, we could go again. We could go again. Okay, it's not meant to be. But there you have it, people. I hope you have enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to smash that like button and do all that good stuff that comes along with, commenting, subscribing, and all that stuff in general. Anyways, until the next time, until the next one, I hope you have a damn great day, and I'm out of here.